Greetings, fellow traders. Bubblehead here. It's time for the daily market wrap for Friday, May the 15th, 2020. I hope everybody had a great trading day today and a great trading week. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. All right, let's check and see where we left off at the market here today. So here's the monthly chart. The SPX ended up 11 points today, so they did a little bit of a rally at the end of the day. Still, spinning top month here below the mid-Bollinger Band, so we'll see where that takes us into next week. They put a nice lower shadow here off of this candle here to try to counter this shooting star. I would like to have seen it go green, but, still decent here as we got this kind of indecision, right? And speaking of indecision, where are we? In the trend box, right? So be careful with this one, right? We bounced off the cloud. We got some, nasty gap down, but they bought the dip today. And despite the move, right, we still had decreased volume on the SPY, right, even though it was an option expiration day, right. So we didn't have as many of those, as much volume as you'd think you'd have on a monthly expiration. So we're right below the 80 EMA, but above the 21 EMA. We're kind of sandwiched in there, so we are still in the chop zone. So just be careful with that one. Let's take a look at the price action here today. Again, it was a buy the dip day today on SPY a couple different times, right? So right at the open, then they pulled you back right here to the mid 15 orb range. Then you got your inside 15 up for another 15 orb breakout. Some sloppy price action to the upside, and they rallied it into the close to just kind of squeeze out any weak hands, I suppose. S&P futures again came up into our resistance zone up here, but some decent moves today on that one. We pointed out some good ones intraday, and a nice breakout out of the 15 orb high on that one. So let's take a look at that there, and let's see, got a couple other ones here I want to put on here. All right, good. So let's take a look at the Qs and see how they're behaving here on the weekly basis and see where we're kind of closing at right here. So weekly chart on the Qs, spinning top, right, almost a doji right here. So potential doji sandwich to work its way up as we're over the 30 weekly moving average on the weekly chart for the Qs. Still in the trend box, but a little bit stronger than the SPY as tech was really strong today. We'll take a look at a few of those. But nice volume on the Qs today too. So they're just again leading the market. IWM. Let's see if we finish back in that triangle. Sure did. So back in the triangle right here, decreased volume, but it's still kind of chopping around in that area there. Let's take a look at Apple. So Apple did pretty good today, right? Did its best to try to get back up into the upward trend line right here. Still a green candle. Did close over the 80 EMA. Couldn't quite get in that one, so it's still in its trend box right now. Tesla almost put in a double inside day today, but a very narrow range today, but it did close over its 8 EMA. Let's take a look at Netflix. So Netflix had a little bit of a run at the end of the day right there. Ended up closing right at all-time highs, right close to all-time highs, and closed above the priors, right? So that's looking pretty strong right here, but not a lot of volume on it. So it's okay. Where does that go? Going for here now. Nvidia, on the other hand, just a monster today. Inside day up, and and they really faked out some folks today too, because with that gap down, but a gap down right to your 80 EMA area today, and it was good. So it gave a nice little strong move at the open, and then it gave you this today, right? Nice little bull flag or even a triangle breakout. You could look at it. 15 orb breakout right there, pushed through the all-time highs, hung out here inside 15, another one there, and then just launched. Right, so we were bullish on this one based on our pre-market channels that we had going into today, and then once it broke out of there at the end, just a monster. This reminds me of the way it used to behave back in 2016, 2017. So anyway, amazing stuff on Nvidia today. A couple other ones on the radar. JD. Decent close today after earnings. Again, just be careful after earnings. You never know if they're going to upgrade it, downgrade it, see how it goes there. Piton got an upgrade intraday today, right? So decent green candle here. So keep an eye on those highs on Monday. Square, this is one that we pointed out in the group today. It just had a lot of relative strength yesterday, and intraday it finally gave a nice setup here on our 15-orb breakout right here. Nice little triangulation move inside 15 for an upside move today on that one. We pointed that out in the group. And then finally, Disney, guys. This is kind of nice to see Disney actually move. Now, swing-wise, it's still in the triangle, right? But day trade-wise, this gave a nice setup today, right? I love how it had some strength at the open, and it really just consolidated here, right, on the over the 15 orb high, right? So remember, what do we like to say? Two different things, right? The bigger the chop, the bigger the pop, right? And also the bigger the chop, the bigger the drop. So as long as the setup is good and it was showing a lot of relative strength today, they came out with news that amusement parks are going to be be able to release their plans for reopening, things like that. So that gave Disney a big boost today. So anyway, good stuff today, guys. Great week this week. I hope everybody had a good one. Thanks everyone again for your support, for your likes and follows on Twitter, for your likes and follows on YouTube, and and encouraging positive comments on YouTube on our live streams. So I hope everybody has a good one. We're going to be working on that newsletter this weekend, getting it out to the group. If you're not already a member, definitely look at joining there. The links are in the YouTube description, and it's a great group of traders, and we're really doing great. So I hope everybody has a good one. Stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first, and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.